Joe Worralls' valuable Glasgow Rangers experience can only benefit Nottingham Forest Nottinghamshire. Glaswegian ex-Red Kenny Burns has some words of advice for the returning Joe Worrall in his latest post column. It's great to have Joe Worrall back after his loan spell at Glasgow Rangers. Up in Scotland, and while it didn't all go his way, he'll be so much stronger for it. Playing one week, being left out the next, scoring a goal, making a mistake, it's all character building and there's no hiding away from it. Fair credit for him having the stomach to go to a club like that and stick it out. He never hid when things became a little ropey. Whether or not he should have been allowed to go up there in the first place is another thing. I remember saying a long time ago that Forest risked burning their younger players out by using them too much and putting too much pressure on them, and that's exactly what happened with Worrall. He was thrown into the deep end far too quickly, and given the pressure on those games to stay in the championship, it's no surprise it took it out of him, and his performances suffered as a consequence. Ida Karensa, I believe, was wrong to let him leave the club, and that said, it's funny how things work out, isn't it? As loan moves go, you'd struggle to get better than going to one of the old firm, and there would be no experience quite like it. Martin O'Neill, playing in front of almost 50,000 at Ibrox every other week, the pressure and expectation that goes with playing for a club like that is remarkable. Then there's the small matter of playing in the old firm games against Celtic, which, in some ways, are nothing like games you get in England, and if you make a mistake in one of those games, blimey, you know about it. Next term a little bit more. Not only that, he's got to taste European football, albeit only in the Europa League, and played under somebody like Steven Gerrard and Gary McAllister, so if you can't learn something from those pair, you're never likely to. Few players in the Forest squad can compete with that experience, and it should be one and to benefit the squad, especially the younger players like Ryan Yates, Matty Cash, and Arvin Appiah. But he must remain grounded and humble. He can't arrive back at the City ground with the wrong attitude, thinking he can walk straight back into the team pretending to be a big fish. It won't be like that. Martin O'Neill and Roy Keane, for the most part, made Forest much more solid in the closing weeks of the season, and there's no guarantee he'll command a place immediately. They'll also not allow him to throw his weight around. Joe has to slot back into life in Nottingham, readjust to being back at Forest, the change in management and playing squad. I do, however, think Michael Dawson could be key for him. Last summer, we talked about the importance of Dawson in helping Worrall develop, in a similar way to which Day Walker helped a young Michael when he came through the academy in the early part of this century. That wasn't really able to happen because of his departure to Scotland. Hopefully, this summer, Dawson will be fit enough to work closely with Worrall, and maybe the pair could be starting the season together in the heart of the Reds' defence. Their return, coupled with the likes of Johan Benelouane, Mola Wag, and Alexander Milosevic, will only strengthen an area which needs consistency. He's not the finished article by any means, he's still learning his trade, but I am looking forward to having Joe back in the Garibaldi red.
Raindrops, drop top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park.